So, in my last Blu-ray haul, when I said that I ordered, or I bought, and technically also ordered now, a few movies, I thought it would be like maybe 10 at the most, not a stack of 24. I bought a lot of movies this month. I bought some figures this month that we're going to start with first, and then we'll do the movies because there's the most. But yeah, I ordered a lot more movies and I bought a lot more movies than that this past month, so here we go. I'm going to start off with some books I bought. Well, first I bought this library book. It's what it's called, a library edition of Avatar: Last Airbender's comics, The Promise. I'm going to be picking up the rest of them like this because it'd just be weird. I finished this in like a day, and this was 40 bucks. But I did find out on Amazon, they're a lot cheaper. They're like 20 bucks each. I think I might do a video on that and nerd out. The other thing though, is I ordered I bought the Toph Beifong's Metal Bending Academy book. Figures as well, start with just keeping theme with it. I bought this Prince Zuko figure. I'm thinking on doing action figure reviews again on a different channel for adult collectors because I'm an adult. I'm 21, guys. So let me know. I'll leave a link in the description to the channel. If it gets like 3 subscribers, I will. I think I said this before in another video. If it gets 3 subscribers, I'll start uploading videos. I got some pre-recorded. This is the deluxe edition, so it comes with a stand that can either hold him or this fire bending effect. Another thing, this should have came last month and been in it, and I actually brought it up. It finally came in the mail randomly. I got my Figma Ryuko Matoi figure for Kill la Kill. Finally got it. I can't get the hair off to swap off the face, so that's why she looks unenthused to fight. But yeah, I finally got it. I'm also thinking of getting there's some sword art figures apparently for like apparently like most Figma figures are like 40 bucks or so and all that. But these sword art figures that I found, you could get both Kirito and Asuna for 30 bucks. I think I'm only gonna get like 3 figures, which would be Kirito and Asuna just because they're the main characters. And then Sino from Gun Gale. We just finished watching Gun Gale. My roommate is forcing me to watch Sword Art, but that was a weird tangent. Star Wars figures now. For the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilms, there were some re-releases, and I picked up 2 of them, which is Han and Luke from Hoth in Empire Strikes Back. These are re-releases because the Luke came in a 2-pack. You can actually still kind of see the sculpt. You can't actually see it in the webcam. You can still kind of see on him the sculpt for the Wampa attack because he came with the Wampa in the like blue line packaging. Han came with a Tauntaun in the blue line packaging, so you never got like them released on their own. And then the other Star Wars figure I got is Jar Jar, because I need to build up my prequels, and Gungans are my favorite alien, but I hate them as characters. I like their design, but their characters are annoyingly I hate them, which probably makes it me the reason why I like is because I hate them. Anyways, let's get on to movies. We're finally at the Blu-rays, guys. And we're 4 minutes in to record, 5 minutes basically into recording. But okay, let's start off with probably my biggest Blu-ray. And by biggest, I mean it's the widest for some reason. It's of The Amazing Spider-Man. This is pure nostalgia. I enjoyed this film as a kid. I decided to pick it up, and it's also the thickest. Here, this is a normal Blu-ray, but I bought this because I wanted to. That's basically it. Next up, this is basically the sequel. I need to get a 3rd one now, just to complete the trilogy. But it's directed by Dave F. Sandberg, who also is a YouTuber, I guess you could also say. He started on YouTube, he's a filmmaker, and he directed movies like Lights Out, Annabelle Creation, and Shazam. This is probably actually what I heard is probably the better one of the 3 out of the Annabelle franchise. I've never seen any of the Annabelle films because, just the story of Annabelle terrifies me, and I'm not good with horror movies. I don't actually watch horror movies on my own. I mainly get them for that rare opportunity that I might get a girlfriend. Next up, Becky. This is a Kevin James movie where I can only describe it as Kevin James is a neo-Nazi. He's after a key that Becky wears around her neck, so he takes her family hostage, and Becky is somehow like a sleeper agent type thing. I don't. She's like John Wick and Charlize Theron's Atomic Blonde mixed. I bought a lot of AR movies, by the way, this month. Actually, hang on. I think about 7 actually. And next up, I bought this just because it was cheap. It was $5. It's Bumblebee. Also, if you notice, some of these are still wrapped, and it's because I'm planning on opening them when I finally get to watching. A lot of these will probably stay wrapped for a while, or if I've already watched it because one's already unwrapped, breaking that rule. But anyways, I also bought Come Play. I thought this was an interesting concept for a movie, and it's based off of a YouTube short film, similar to how Lights Out with David F. Sandberg became reality. It follows a boy who's lonely, and he befriends a monster named Larry. And Larry, as the tagline says, he's good at taking friends. Next up, we have a DreamWorks movie because I want to do a DreamWorks ranking. And so I bought The Croods. I think this is on Netflix, but I also just bought it just to have it in the collection. Not much to say. I've seen it before, though. Next up, one of my favorite vampire films, actually, now I think about it. Daybreakers. I actually really enjoy this film. It has Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, Sam Neill, you know, Alan Grant from Jurassic Park, and Isabel Lucas. I don't remember who Isabel Lucas. I think it's the love interest to Ethan Hawke's character. But it's about vampires. They've ruled the world. It takes place in the year 2019. So I think this would have been a lot better to deal with than COVID in 2020. So anyways, but this was apparently, it's been like this since or before 2019, and they are running out of blood, human blood. So they're trying to make synthetic blood, and then also the humans are also doing that. But plot twist: Willem Dafoe is an ex-vampire. He got cured. Next up is a movie from Cartoon Network that I've seen. I really enjoyed, and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that it was in Blu-ray edition. Fire Breather. I really enjoy Fire Breather. Also, I want to point out this is a weird slipcover. And that also, it's backwards for the slipcover. But Fire Breather was one of Cartoon Network's first CG films. It was supposed to be a pilot, basically, for a series that never happened. But I really loved the film as a kid. I need to watch it. But the reason I've looked into it was because of my most recent nerd out. Next up, I bought Get Out only just because I wanted to pick up something other than just 2 copies of Godzilla on 4K, because I was picking one up for me and one for my brother. And I didn't just want to go to checkout with 2 copies of Godzilla, so I bought Get Out. I heard people say it's great. Out of the 2 that Jordan Peele has made, this was the better one, apparently. Speaking of that, because I spoiled it, I bought Godzilla on 4K. I actually for some reason I mistake this for the Shrek 4K, but that doesn't come out until May 11th, 2 days after my birthday. I know I'm spending my money on my birthday, but I picked this up as well because it'd be cool. And then I also picked up Godzilla, King of the Monsters. You know, Godzilla versus Kong. Next up, to continue my DreamWorks collection, I picked up the 3rd How to Train Your Dragon movie. Now all I need is the 2nd one. For some reason, I have a hard time finding the 2nds in movies. Like this next one, which I finally found, which is of John Wick 2. John Wick Chapter 2. I found it last month. As you recall, I found John Wick Chapter 3. And a while back, I've had John Wick Chapter 1, which was a steelbook that came with the coins from the series, or from the movies. And I finally picked up John Wick Chapter 2. Next up is a 3D animated anime film, Lupin the Third. Here's Lupin the Third the First. I don't actually know much about this. I picked this up because a content creator that I follow on Instagram, they really like Lupin, and it looked interesting. Next, the only steelbook I picked up was of The Matrix. To kind of update it, I have the 3 movies on, or the 3 live action movies on DVD, so I decided to pick up The Matrix on Blu-ray. I might upgrade the other ones when I feel like it. Next up, as we all saw earlier this month, I reviewed Monster Hunter, the movie, starring Mila Jovovich, and it's too far to bring up the next that movie, the other movie. But yeah, I picked it up on 4K, and like I said in my review, just go for the Blu-ray if you can, and even better if you can just stream it. Next up is one of my all-time favorite DreamWorks movies and animated movies. That is The Prince of Egypt. This is a phenomenal film. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's great. There's nothing else to say about it. Everyone said all the things. It's a great film. Don't know if I can say about the next DreamWorks film I'm gonna show. That's Puss in Boots. It's been a long time since I've seen Puss in Boots. Last time I watched it, I was a kid, and like just going into middle school. So that kid's brain may have known if it was good or not. I remember it being good as a kid. Maybe it is good. I don't know. Next up, this is to start. Someone commented on the Monster Hunter video where I said I've never seen the Resident Evil movies, and if you want to make me watch the Resident Evil movies, tell me you want a ranking. And someone said I want a ranking, so I'm going to be doing it. I bought Resident Evil, the first one. I'm going to buy them as I go. I was thinking of just buying them all for like $50 on Amazon, but I gotta be an adult and spend my money wisely, so I bought the first one. Next up is a little I couldn't believe when I saw it. It's called Rogue with Megan Fox, and I was like, oh, is it like a safari film where like there's rogue lions? And they're like, no, Megan Fox is a battle-hardened mercenary. I was like, I'm gonna be real with you, Hollywood. Nothing against Megan Fox, but when I see Megan Fox, I don't see battle-hardened mercenary. But I did want to give it a chance, because that still sounds like my thing, of battle-hardened mercenaries having to fight off. Apparently, it says on the back, they're rescuing hostages and have to fight off the gang of rebels and a horde of ravenous, enraged lions. Next up is a Sam Worthington film called The Shack. The only thing I know about it is it stars Sam Worthington. It's about a shack in the middle of this woods that kind of like helps him like realize that he's not as alone as he thinks, like kind of how the tagline says. And one of my favorite bands, Skillet, did a remix of their song called Stars for this movie. Then the only thing I can say is it's one of those religious movies that where it's, I'm not sure how good it is, but I'm willing to give it a shot for Skillet. Now we're back to the stupid shit, like Shark Tale. I have the DVD of this. I wanted the Blu-ray. I needed it in my life because I really enjoyed this as a kid, and oh god, am I afraid to rewatch this for that ranking. Another movie that I was kind of curious about, and I thought it was going to be one of those dumb werewolf films, is called The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Apparently, it's a good film. It was certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, but then again, so was Last Jedi, so I don't trust it. The final Blu-ray. We're finally there. I bought the Wolverine because I really enjoyed this movie. This is a great. This is better. This is a better just standalone Wolverine film than X-Men Origins Wolverine. Logan, I think, is better though than this, which makes me want to watch that more. But I really loved this film when it came out. But that was all 24 films, and that is actually, fun fact, it's split evenly of 12 films I've seen, 12 films I have not. Isn't that amazing? But yeah, so that was my Blu-ray haul of March. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you guys got in March. What movies you may have got, what figures you may have got. Did you get any books like I did? And yeah, just let me know in the comments below. Until next video, I'll see you in the future. Bye guys.